Beautiful morning to be out here jogging as I push my OPPO Reno12 F 5G to a test, trying to just test the camera capabilities. So it's some easy pace right there. I'm trying to go for 7 kilometers today. I'm at 1.45 kilometers. I am such an outdoors lover, so that's why I come for these runs every day. Mostly I run in the evenings. If you have your running apps on the phone, for me I use Strava a lot, of course in connection with my smartwatch. And yeah, OPPO do have a smartwatch, the OPPO Watch 2, but apparently it's currently not on sale in Kenya. Yeah, OPPO guys, really want you guys to get that watch here in this market. So now I'm at the 2 kilometers mark. Quite an easy watch. It's been quite an easy run. Yeah, just around 7 minutes per kilometer. My heart rate is also really good. So my heart rate was around 145 there. It's quite an easy run. Usually I'm doing 6 minutes and 30 seconds, that is, per kilometer, but I'm just slowing it down because this is sort of a recovery run, not recovery from a longer run, but rather recovery from an illness. So I'm just being easy on my body. 2 kilometers to go, 5 kilometers to go, 2 kilometers gone. So we're at 3 kilometers. So maybe this is a point where I stop a bit and tell you about my accessories for running. Like you can see in my face, I'm having these earpieces. These are basically just some bone conduction earpieces that I use. I just got them recently. They're not really the greatest earpieces when it comes to outdoors running. I'll show you a bit about the specs. Just put the box next to this video. I didn't really acquire them a long time ago, very recently this week, just trying them out. They were quite affordable. Bought them on Jumia for less than 1,000 bob. And then here I have my watch. My watch is it's a Samsung Galaxy Watch 6. That's a Samsung Galaxy Watch 6. I've had these for about 2-3 months now. It's really quite an impressive watch. And like I said, I just want you to know OPPO also have a smartwatch, but it's currently not available in this market. That is the OPPO Watch 2, which is quite similar to the OnePlus Watch X, if I must say. And OPPO and OnePlus are quite brothers and sisters when it comes to companies. Then what else do I need to show you? I'm wearing this bandana or muffin here, if you like, and yeah, this is just to absorb the sweat that's coming from my face, my head when I'm running, just helping cooling my body, especially when the weather is a bit quite hot. Currently the weather is really good, so yeah. And then I have this water bottle. Yeah, this is my water bottle. I bought this quite recently from AliExpress, and inside there I just have water and some ORS tablets just for my hydration. I usually don't use this when I'm running short distances like today, but I use them when I'm doing 21 kilometers. So today is just because I'm coming from a recovery, so that's why I'm using this. So shoes are really important when you're running, and you really need to differentiate between your running shoes and your training shoes. So I have this Hoka Blondie 7 for my running shoes, for my training shoes rather, and then for my race shoes I have 2 pairs. I have Asics FF Blasts, and I also have a Saucony Super Speed 3, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, like I said, these here are my training shoes. So these are more of the everyday, heavy duty work. So we are at 3 kilometers. We have another 4 kilometers to go. So enough about the accessories. Let's get back to the running. So now I want to show you about the dual view capabilities of this camera. Yeah, for some bits of creativity and storytelling. If you are content creator, this is what you dual view will look somewhat like. So you get quite detailed views from that 32 megapixel front camera that's nicely situated on the center of your display. And then at the back you have, you know, the 3 cameras that are stacked on the round bezel that sort of mimics the traditional watch bezel. And this is really a feature that's really becoming very popular in most smartphone devices. I have seen it on the Realme sort of phones, Realme phones. I've also seen it on the Redmi and the Redmi and the Xiaomi or Xiaomi devices. Where else have I seen them? I've seen it on OnePlus, and like I said before, you know, OnePlus and OPPO seem to have some quite symbiotic relationship there, from my perspective. And then I think I've also seen it in the Infinix Note 40. But yeah, so from the main camera at the back, that's what's giving you the estate view. You get your 50 megapixel main AI camera, but right there you also get your 8 megapixel wide angle camera. And when I say wide angle, the wide angle there at the back, you know, gives you 112 degrees wide angle. And then what else do we have there? We have your 2 megapixels macro camera for when you just want to, you know, get the finer details of an object. For very professional camera users, this is where you're shooting something like a flower petal, you know, and you want to get the macro elements in the inside, your stigma, your anthers, and everything else that we learned in biology that we've seen forgotten for those of us who are not botanists. And what else do we have there? So my watch is just alerting me that we've gotten to the 4 kilometers mark. The pace is really gentle. I'm going at my heart rate is 116 beats per minute. I love that. That's very slow. And we're doing like a 7 minutes and 18 seconds kilometer. 7 minutes and 18 seconds per kilometer. Also, I need to reinform you that the run I'm currently doing is part of my series of runs as I'm preparing for the Nairobi Expressway Marathon, where I'll be running 21 kilometers on the 8th of September. So this here is usually the farthest point in my runs, where within the estate when I'm turning. So usually I can decide to do maybe 2 loops on this street. Mostly I just do one and I do the loops elsewhere. Today I'll try doing 2 loops. Right now, just close to my run, we are at 4.6 kilometers. So that means I have about 2.5 kilometers to go. Yeah, so going back, we're at walk 5. A bit more of nature there as I'm going for my 6 kilometer point. And then right after the 6 kilometer point, I'll stop to do some stretches. And then after my stretches, I'll just proceed with another 1 kilometer or less to go for the finish. So we're here. No, I'm actually at my stretching point, but almost done with the run for today. I'm at 6.97 kilometers. The heart rate is really good right there. So usually I run about 10 kilometers every day. I run about 5 days every week. So that gives me like 50 kilometers every week. Right now, I think when I finish this run, I'll be somewhere at 200 kilometers in the month of August. I could have done better this month. I missed quite a number of runs last week because of illness, and of course this week as well. But I did run my first 21 last week. Tomorrow, depending on how I'm feeling, I may run another 15 to 21, depending on where the spirit leads me. And of course for tomorrow, it's a bit of hill work as well. The sun has really been out the last couple of minutes I think from the 4th kilometers onwards, but this is a good thing, bearing in mind that I'm running the Nairobi Expressway Marathon, and that's really coming up at wow, a bit of sweat is getting into my eye and it's a bit itchy. Yeah, that's coming up on the 8th, and I expect that the weather will be a bit sunny, and so I'm just trying to condition myself for running in the sun as well. So right now I just want to stretch. You know, they say if you run and you don't stretch, it's like you've wasted the run. So let me just stretch for about 5 minutes, then I'll conclude with another 1 kilometer of my run, and then that would be it for the day. But before I get into sweating, let me tell you something about this phone, which is essentially what I've been doing. I've been running, testing the cameras. Most of the first shots from this phone rather was taken from the main camera at the back of the phone. I've already told you about those specs, the 550 megapixel main AI camera. I've told you about the other complementing cameras, the depth camera, and also the macro camera. Right now I just want to talk to you, and by the way, if you're a fan of taking photographies, in one of my next short videos I'll show you the AI features of this tool. One that I really love is the AI photo eraser. Man, you can take photos in a very crowded place and then just, you know, remove everyone else you don't need or anything else you don't need from that photo. I mean, I found that really futuristic, and it's right on this phone. Plus, you know, the AI summary tool for recording. You can record your meetings, then you use the tool to quickly make notes out of that meeting and then just pass them on into, you know, other documents or other formats. I really find that cool for somebody who's in, you know, a very formal work environment every day. As much as I work in the in the creative sector, it's also still very formal. And what else did I like about the AI summary tool, man? It's the ideal for summarizing documents and web pages. If you're doing your research, this device then becomes a really handy, you know, piece of company. But now I really want to tell you the general again about the general look and feel of this device. If you've not watched my first unboxing video, I'll just, you know, post snippets of that video in this for just you to see how it looks like and how it feels. But with the F series with the F bits of the Reno, we had that in Reno12 F, and now in the Reno12 F 5G. The device is very rectangular-ish. It moves away from the very curvy other devices that we've seen in the Reno series, but the Reno12 the Reno12 that we have as part of this Reno12 series, the main Reno12 device, the one that goes for 69,999, it's still the curvy device with a very straight camera rack at the back. This particular one is very, you know, very squarish. The display screen is about 6.67 inches. The camera is this front display camera. The selfie camera is right here in the middle, and that's what I'm using to record this video. You could see the very high quality of resolution that we have on this device. And yeah, the square, I mean, it really makes the square, I know we usually say that the curvy one makes our device really look premium, but I think, you know, I think after staying away from the squared, from the rectangular designs, I think this really looks cool. Yeah, it has the, you know, when just from the looks alone, it has like the iPhone vibe sort of. Yeah, going on here, and like I said, man, it looks really premium. It's rectangular, but it looks really premium. I love it. I wish I would keep it. So like I said again, I'm preparing for my Nairobi Expressway Marathon run, and today I usually don't come with a phone for my runs. I just use my watch and then later go home and sync it with my phone. But I just wanted to come out with this phone and just show you how, you know, it works, the camera features specifically today, but I've just shown you a bit about the design of this phone today as well. I love, you know, this is called the the amber orange version. Yeah, at the back there's the matte, finish with the orange flames. This flames, it decrease with intensity. It starts at the lower end of the device with very orange, deep orange, dark orange flames. And then even the design, the pattern, the granular pattern, I can't get that on the camera, but the granular pattern at the back is that of a flame, and then it eases through, to a lighter shade of the flame as it goes up. So that's what's up. Let me get to my stretches and then finish the 1 kilometer that's left in my run. See you another time. And by the way, when these devices hit the shops, be among the first to get them. You won't regret it. The AI features, like I say, are out of this world. Like they say, tap into the AI. And if one person you've never used an OPPO device, you sort of worried at the study device, I review a lot of phones. Yeah, I've reviewed Techno devices, I've reviewed Infinix devices, I've used Samsung devices, never quite used an iPhone, but I have people around me who use those. But I can tell you, the OPPO devices play in the same range as most of the flagship devices that we have. The pricing tells you that, but also beyond the pricing, that these features that I've been trying to unpack with these videos also just speak into that. Currently, I'm using the OPPO Reno10 as my main device. I've had it I think since was it late last year, or was it since late last year, because between OPPO Reno10 and now they introduced the OPPO Reno11 series, I didn't quite get to review that. But yeah, OPPO are known for good devices. Before the OPPO Reno 10 that I'm currently using, I had the OPPO Reno 8T, which I used. I mean, quite a smart and a really good device. Unfortunately, I lost it. It was stolen just after a few weeks of using it. And then before that, I had the OPPO Reno 8. Then before that, and by the way, there's still, when it comes to the OPPO Reno 8, OPPO Reno 8, my wife still uses the OPPO Reno 8, by the way, the one with the orange back. They call it, if I may remember, sunset orange. And then before that, I had an OPPO Reno 7 as well with the sunset orange back, but then that one I have since handed down. So get it from me. I am an authority when it comes to OPPO devices. You're getting yourself a great device. You can get yourself this particular OPPO Reno12 F 5G. It's a 5G device that I'm currently reviewing and trying to unpack for you. But if you're a little deep in the pocket, you can go for the OPPO Reno12, the main OPPO Reno12 5G as well. That goes for 69,999. This one, the OPPO Reno12 F 5G, goes for 49,999. You can get them from OPPO shops, OPPO branded shops, as a pre-order right now, or you can just go in after the first to grab your device off the shelf. But then you can also get them from the OPPO website, the e-commerce segment of the OPPO Kenya website. Specific e-commerce partners will also be stocking these devices. But remember, if you buy your device on pre-order, and also you use Loop, so OPPO is partnering with Loop, so if you use those options, then you are quite in for some surprise gifts as well. See ya around.